Hello, Baggies fans, and welcome to another video here on the Baggies podcast YouTube channel. Back-to-back uploads, I think it is. If you haven't watched yesterday's video, I suggest you do. It's analysing Mbaye Diagne's first few games at West Bromwich Albion. Obviously, a good one to make there. I thought maybe a few little stats to put in about him and his first few games here at West Bromwich Albion. And thought it might be something you enjoy, and you guys have been very positive. 14 likes already on that, so if you haven't watched that, make sure you go and drop a like, because 20 likes, and after Maitland-Niles makes another couple of appearances, I'll do one on him and then Yokoslu. So 20 likes on that video, and make sure, and then I'll carry on doing them, basically. This video is slightly different to that one. It's talking about Burnley and West Bromwich Albion. We're playing Burnley on Saturday at Turf Moor at 3 o'clock, so it's going to be a very interesting clash. I mean, this keeps being overused, but a must-win for West Bromwich Albion. Need to start getting a run of form together. But before we start, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Do it. Look, there's a little red button just down there. You can even click a notification bell next to it, which will notify you so you never, ever, ever miss an upload here on the Baggies Podcast YouTube channel. I recommend you go and do so. Certainly helps me and helps me achieve my goal of 1,000 subscribers, hopefully sooner rather than later. If you want to go and follow me on Twitter, it's at the Baggies Podcast, Baggies Pod. If you want to go and follow me on Instagram, it's at the Baggies Podcast, or follow me on Twitter at @LouisBent_. I write things for different websites and podcasts for things and stuff. You might want to find out more about me. If you want to do that, there's links in the description. Go and listen to this week's episode of the podcast. Came out last Monday with Joe Chapman from the Birmingham Mail, who was very good about talking to me about his experience reporting on the Albion, how he does it, and the secrets to it. So yes, there's Joe Chapman from the Birmingham Mail who spoke to me in the last episode. Make sure you go and check that out. But this is a preview for Burnley and West Bromwich Albion, a big game for both sides. Burnley looking to propel themselves away from the relegation zone. West Bromwich Albion looking to get out of it. Let's get straight into it. West Brom and Burnley doesn't sound like perhaps the most exciting encounter. However, for West Brom and Burnley fans, this one is a big one for both teams. As I said, Burnley looking to propel themselves away from relegation. West Bromwich Albion fans are looking to get themselves out of the relegation zone. I'm a West Bromwich Albion fan, as you can see. But yes, here's what I think the lineup's going to be like Saturday. I'm going to say Johnston's going to be playing in goal after a fantastic performance against Manchester United. Bartley and Ajayi are going to be playing as centre-backs. They've really started to solidify that pairing. I think we look like we're going to leak less goals, and I'm touching wood on my desk now to make sure that stays that way. Connor Townsend probably going to be at left-back. Furlong, I'm going to say at right-back, because I think Peltier, after listening to Sam's conference, says that Peltier is a doubt. Yokoslu in CDM, I think he did a really good job, a very fine job on his debut. I think perhaps he's what we've been missing for quite a while. I've just, only about 10 minutes ago, listened to his first little interview as a West Bromwich Albion player, and I thought he spoke really, really well about the club. He's clearly a very intelligent footballer as well. I think you can gain from, what he sees the differences between La Liga and the Premier League. So yes, Yokoslu in that defensive midfielder position, screening that ball foot back four like he did against Manchester United. Gallagher and Maitland-Niles in front, both loanees there, doing a very good job providing some legs in that midfield against Manchester United. We'll need those legs against a very hard-working Burnley team. Left midfield, I'm going for Pereira. Right midfield, I've gone for Snodgrass. I'm not sure whether he's going to be available. If not, I might go for Grady Diangana, but I don't think Sam Allardyce will. He'll go for Phillips, but I would go for Diangana to provide a bit of pace on the counter-attack. And then Diagne, of course, at front, bagging his first goal in West Bromwich Albion colours last week. Fantastic to see that, and yeah, really proud that he's managed to get off the mark. An interesting thing I found in that interview with Yokoslu for the West Bromwich Albion media team is that Yokoslu actually lives next door to Diagne. So he says they've become friends because Diagne's moved in next door to him. So I think that's quite an interesting little thing that the club have decided to do, plonk two players together. I think they both probably acknowledged each other from their times simultaneously playing in Turkey. So, yeah, that'll be interesting. In terms of previous clashes, something I like to do is just have a little look at how we've been getting on against Burnley, really, in our time playing Burnley. One of the games I remember particularly is a game involving Sam Vokes, and I think he scored twice against us in a 2-2 draw. Yeah, I wouldn't say that's a happier memory of my time watching the Albion, watching Sam Vokes completely destroy us. But yes, that would be one of the memories that I do tend to have. Another one is a 4-0 win under Tony Pulis. I mean, yeah, I didn't think it was possible to get that many goals out of a Tony Pulis side, but we did, and we got Matt Phillips. Matt Phillips on the score sheet. I remember he scored quite a nice goal against Burnley. So yeah, those are sort of my memories. I'm quite vague from it. I think Burnley dropping in and out of the division whilst we had our solid patch in it, whereas we've just come back up. So yeah, not remembering many encounters from Burnley. In terms of the lineup again for West Brom, it's going to be an interesting one to see who Sam picks. He's going to need a really resilient team against Burnley. Burnley will have quality. They've got quality as much as they've got hard work. So Burnley are going to try and outrun us, try and out-tackle us, try and out-fight us. And we've got to show resilience and defensive spirit because, we've got to show up for ourselves and put in a good performance that makes us not look weak, really. I think Burnley have got a lot of strong players. I think a few of them are going to be out in this game, so potentially some misses in the game for Burnley. We'll talk about the injuries in a minute, but I think that we're going to have to be at our best, to be honest. I think it's going to take a lot to take the points off this Burnley side. They're a very good team. I mean, say what you want about Burnley, them being a Brexit ball team or whatever you want to say. They're not. Oh, well, they might be, but they certainly do have effective means of playing football. I watched them against Crystal Palace last week, and they played really, really well. I thought they looked to outplay Palace at times. And you look at the quality that Palace have in their lineup with Eze, and they didn't have Zaha, but they do have a Zaha in their ranks. They have that new guy Mateta, so they're not a bad side. Palace, obviously, they beat us 5-1. I think it was in that game. But yeah, Burnley did play them off the park, so they've got quality in their ranks, and we need to be completely aware of that. We need to not expect them to just come and play mucky football. They have got some quality in their ranks, but Berg Gudmundsson is probably one that I'd think of quality, along with Ashley Westwood, who I think he's provided the most goal contributions for Burnley this season and been their most creative force. So yeah, it's going to be difficult to see us matching Burnley's dedication, but after last week's result against Manchester United, I'm not sure. Maybe that might be the case. Maybe we might be able to outfight Burnley, because I believe that we've got the ability to beat Burnley, but whether we've got the fight is a completely different matter. Sam will have to instill that into the players. Tell you what, I've just been looking at this lineup during that little break in recording there, and I've just seen the team that we put out in that 4-0 win against Burnley. Foster, Dawson, McCauley, Evans, Neom, Fletcher, Jacob, Morrison, Brunt, Phillips, Rondon. I mean, that team. I don't think that team went down. No, I don't think that was the season that we did go down in. That was, a season before, I think. But yeah, to play that team, that was a real unstoppable force. Phillips with a goal and an assist in that game. Yeah, that was one of my memories at the Hawthorns of watching the Albion play Burnley, along with that 2-2, which I think Vokes scored in. And then there was another, from looking at this, there was another 4-0 which involved Dawson and Berahino and Dorrans. Yeah, I'm not quite as fond of that, even though it was at the Hawthorns. I would have probably been there against old Stephen Reed in the Burnley midfield. But yeah, that's the game I remember. But yeah, moving away from greener pastures really of old times, let's talk about the injured players in this Burnley West Brom game. For West Brom, Sam Allardyce confirmed that Gibbs again is injured. Well, not injured, a doubt for the game on Saturday. So yeah, I'm not sure he's going to be available. Apparently some neck and shoulder problems with him, back problems, something like that. Peltier twisted an ankle or something like that, caused a twist in his ankle during the Manchester United game. So he will not be available for this particular game. Robert Snodgrass, unfortunately, is the one that I'm really sweating about, because we need his graft and his grit in the midfield. He's unfortunately gone out injured, so that's going to be pretty annoying for us, because we need him to use it. Apparently he's got a knock on his knee, and it was happened during the Manchester United game. He's a tough cookie, as the commentators on FIFA always say, but I do hope that Snodgrass will be able to carry on, because we do need him in the team. According to Fotmarv, I'm not completely up to date with Burnley news, so don't shoot me here. But yeah, Wood, Stevens, Peter, Vidra, and Brady are doubtful for this game. Not sure if they're completely ruled out, but yeah, apparently they are doubtful for this game. In terms of predictions, I've got to make one. I was on a Burnley fan channel earlier this week recording a video for him. If you're in with me on Twitter, then you'll be able to see that video, and hopefully I'll share it about when it comes out. I'm not sure when that's going to be out, but I gave my prediction as a 1-1 draw. I want to say 1-0 West Brom, but I'm going to stick with 1-1 because my heart says 1-0 West Brom. My head says we'll take the lead and then we won't be able to hold it out. It's just the way I see it, I'm afraid. I want us to win and I believe we can. But yeah, I just got a bad feeling, really, that we're going to have a bit of heartbreak at the end of the game. I'm touching wood so this doesn't happen. But yeah, I really do hope that we can go and pick up 3 points because it's valuable to start making up ground over these next 4 games for the Albion. It's do or die over these next 4 games, and we need to do rather than die. But that brings us to the end of this match preview for Burnley. I've gone with a 1-1 draw. Let me know your score predictions in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. Always love hearing your guys' thoughts. Let me know what your thoughts are for the lineup because it's going to probably be similar to the one against Manchester United, but there's going to be probably a few tweaks forced by injury. But just let me know what you think and let me know what you think of the lineup and what you think the score's going to be on Saturday. And make sure you subscribe if you're new. You know, if you're new around here, make sure just drop that subscribe button. It'll be great to have you on board. We're on 238 subscribers at the moment, and I hope we can push towards that 1,000 subscribers mark. Make sure you drop a like on the video and leave your comments down below. Follow me on Twitter at the Baggies Pod, Instagram at the Baggies Podcast. But it's been a pleasure having you here for this match preview. Come on, you Baggies, on Saturday. Hopefully, we can pick up a win at Turf Moor as we have in the past. But I'll see you next time, Baggies fans, on a preview show. But there's a podcast coming out on Monday, so make sure you're available for that. Reviewing Burnley game, essentially. But thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.